Harry and Meghan have been bumped down the pecking order when you go to the website.
Furious after it emerged that Meghan Markle is still using her HRH title despite agreeing to drop the title when the Sussexes left royal duties. How is Will planning to deal with this?
The House of Lords has just made a stunning announcement that's rocking the royal family and grabbing headlines around the world. This historic and powerful group, which has been part of British life for centuries, is now taking bold steps to remove Prince Harry's royal titles. But what exactly pushed them to make such a daring proposal? And what could this mean for Prince Harry? Join us as we uncover the reasons behind it and explore what it could mean for the future of the monarchy itself. Harry title controversy. The British House of Lords has made a bold and official move. They've started a serious petition to take away Prince Harry's royal title, the Duke of Sussex. This isn't just some internet rumor or angry TV talk. This is the government itself getting involved, and that makes it a very big deal. This move is coming from respected members of Parliament, people who've been in politics for years, who usually focus on important national matters, not royal drama. These are the leaders who help guide the country's future. And now, they've decided to focus their attention on Prince Harry. That alone tells you something huge is happening. What's truly surprising is how real and serious this is. It's not just for show. It's not a trick to get media attention. It's happening inside the same historic halls that have dealt with kings, queens, and royal matters for centuries. Now those very halls are turning their gaze toward Harry. There's a tense and powerful feeling in the air. You can almost feel the quiet anger behind closed doors. It's more like a careful, calculated move in a long and complex chess game. It's as if Parliament has been waiting for just the right moment to act, and things are getting even more dramatic. According to sources close to him, Prince Harry is absolutely furious, and it's not hard to understand why. Ever since he stepped back from royal life and moved to California, one of the few things he's held on to is his title, Duke of Sussex. That title isn't just a fancy name, it's a symbol of his royal heritage. It opens doors for him. Losing that title wouldn't just be a small embarrassment, it would be a major blow. It could erase one of the last links he still has to the British royal family. To many observers, Parliament's move feels like a final warning. It's as if the royal establishment has decided they've had enough. They're preparing to close the door on Harry once and for all. And interestingly, many believe that King Charles himself won't step in. He's known for avoiding confrontations. Plus, after recent claims of racism against him and Queen Camilla in Omid Scobie's book, the king might want to stay away from anything that could cause even more trouble. So now, it seems Parliament is doing what the king won't. But this isn't just about a few politicians who are upset. It's turning into something much bigger. Within just a few days, tens of thousands of people from all over the UK signed the petition. From the quiet towns of Sussex to the Highlands of Scotland, people are adding their voices. This is no longer just a small protest. It's growing into a nationwide movement. And now, both houses of Parliament, the Lords and the Commons, are getting involved. Members aren't just watching it happen. They're actively supporting the petition and helping to push it forward. They've even brought up a very old law, the Titles Deprivation Act of 1917. This law was used during World War I to strip royal titles from people who supported enemy countries. Now, some lawmakers argue that even though Harry hasn't committed military treason, his actions feel like a betrayal of the crown in a different way. And public anger is rising. Many people are tired of watching someone criticize the monarchy while still using his royal title to gain attention and money. They see it as unfair, as if Harry wants all the benefits of being royal without any of the duties. Even royal expert Hugo Vickers recently revealed something very telling. He said that the late Queen Elizabeth was so uneasy around Harry and Meghan that she didn't even want to be alone with them. That's a powerful statement. It suggests a deep mistrust between the Queen and the couple. He once said the Queen supported him and even wanted him to have special security. But now, we're learning that may not have been true. Instead, it seems the Queen was deeply troubled by what she saw in their behavior. And then there's what Harry has done since moving to the US. He hasn't just settled into a quiet life. He's been very outspoken, especially about politics. But royal family members are supposed to stay neutral when it comes to political matters. Harry, however, has criticized American laws like the First Amendment, supported causes that sparked debate, and aligned himself with political groups. This has upset many UK lawmakers, who now accuse him of title laundering. In other words, using his royal title to give extra power and attention to his political views. If Harry keeps going down this path, some fear that soon there may be nothing left of his royal identity at all. What's left of Prince Harry's connection to the crown? Let's find out. Prince Harry and the royal fallout. In the past, British royals have always stayed out of American politics. It's a long-standing rule. They're supposed to stay neutral and above the noise of public debates. But Prince Harry, still known as the Duke of Sussex, has done the opposite. He's spoken out loudly about US political issues, and now it's stirring up real trouble, not just among the public, but in the British Parliament too. Lawmakers are no longer staying quiet. They're openly questioning why a royal from another country is diving into American politics. Some are calling it not just inappropriate, but dangerous. If royals start using their titles to push political opinions abroad, it could shake the very foundation of the monarchy. Maybe Harry thought he was just speaking his mind, but to many in Britain's government, it felt like a serious warning. And now, they're fighting back, with history, laws, and anger. Big news just broke in London. Buckingham Palace has announced that Harry and Meghan will no longer officially represent the Queen. No more public funding, no more royal duties, and soon, no more use of their royal titles. These changes will come into effect in the spring. According to royal expert Katie Nicholl, the reaction has been intense. The phones haven't stopped ringing, she said. And no wonder. It feels like more than just stepping away from royal life. It feels like a full break. Since leaving the royal family, Harry hasn't held back. In his Oprah interview, in the Netflix series, and in his book Spare, he's aired private pain and royal secrets. At first, people were curious. Many wanted to hear his side. But now, even his fans are growing tired.
Safely say from my experience and all the traveling that I've done all over the world, speaking to people.
He hasn't just taken aim at the monarchy as an institution. He's openly criticized nearly everyone. His father, King Charles, his brother, Prince William. What once seemed like an attempt to heal now feels like he's tearing it all down. Parliament is now saying what many have felt for a long time. You can't burn the house down and still expect to hold the keys. To many, it seems like Harry is trying to enjoy the benefits of being a royal, using the title and fame, while launching attacks from his luxury home in California. But that strategy is starting to fail. Lawmakers are calling it symbolic treason. It's not a crime, but it's seen as a deep betrayal of the crown. For a long time, the royal family stayed silent. They didn't fight back, but now Parliament has stepped in. This isn't just about keeping up with the times or modernizing the monarchy. The royal family is built on centuries of tradition, and that tradition doesn't mix well with Harry's new approach. Some are even calling this a constitutional crisis. That might be a stretch, but the tension is real. Harry is no longer close to royal power. He's now sixth in line to the throne. His place in the family and in the public's heart has changed dramatically. In the UK, Harry's popularity has dropped fast. A new poll shows 62% of Brits think he should lose his royal title. Among older and more conservative voters, that number jumps even higher. Even many who usually support progressive causes think he's gone too far. And the people aren't staying quiet. In Sussex, the place Harry still represents by name, locals are signing petitions in large numbers. One elderly woman put it plainly, "He doesn't represent us anymore. He represents himself." That one sentence sums up how many feel. Harry might be a celebrity in America, but in Britain many believe he's turned his back on his own country, using his royal name for profit while continuing to criticize the very institution it stands for. Parliament's actions reflect what many across the UK are thinking. Something feels broken in the House of Windsor. The way Harry and Meghan chose to reveal their unhappiness, especially Meghan's claims about the palace being toxic, shocked the world at first. But that wave of sympathy is fading. In its place is frustration, anger, and a reckoning for the royals like never before. How might these new senior roles affect Harry and Meghan's closeness? Let's take a closer look. Royal titles for profit. Harry and Meghan didn't just quietly walk away from royal life. They turned their exit into a booming business. Since stepping down from their royal duties, they've signed major deals with big names like Netflix and Spotify. Meghan has even written children's books. But here's the thing. Almost everything they've done in the spotlight still leans heavily on their royal image. It's not just Harry and Meghan, the couple being promoted. It's the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. It's a smart move, business-wise. Their royal titles give them an extra sparkle, a sense of importance and prestige that ordinary celebrities don't have. But back in the UK, many people aren't clapping. Critics say Harry and Meghan are using their royal titles to make money, calling it title trafficking. These are titles they didn't earn through hard work. They were simply born into them. Yet now they're using those names to sell books, launch media deals, and build their public brand, all while saying they just want a quieter, more private life. Even their children have been introduced to the world with royal titles, adding to the glossy image they're carefully building. But to many in Britain, this seems unfair. The message is clear. You can't leave royal life behind and still benefit from the privileges that come with it. It's not just stepping back. It's starting a brand new business empire with the royal name stamped on it. Now, the situation is heating up. Members of Parliament are stepping in and raising their voices. Some are saying, if you want to live like celebrities, that's fine, but stop pretending to be royals. Because in Britain, royal titles aren't just fancy-sounding names. They're symbols of history, duty, and national identity. And when Harry uses his title to promote entertainment projects, it feels to many like he's turning something sacred into a sales pitch. It's not just disappointing. It feels like an insult to what the monarchy is supposed to stand for. What makes it even more interesting is that Buckingham Palace hasn't said a word. King Charles has remained silent. He hasn't defended Harry, but he hasn't criticized him either. Behind closed doors, though, he's very aware of a growing petition demanding that Harry and Meghan lose their titles. But this silence isn't a weakness. It's a strategy. Charles doesn't want it to look like a father scolding his son. Instead, he wants to let the system handle it. That way, if Parliament decides to act, the monarchy can say, "This wasn't about family, it was about politics." It's a clever move to keep the crown above the drama. This has gone far beyond a simple family feud. It's now about protecting the image and values of the monarchy itself. And the silence from the palace is louder than any speech or statement. Harry walks into a big charity event or Hollywood gala, and instead of being introduced as His Royal Highness the Duke of Sussex, he's simply called Mr. Harry Windsor. That's not just a change in name. That's a major loss of status. Without the royal title, he loses the powerful symbol that gives him global attention and respect.
It happened a few weeks ago, earlier this month, here at our cottage.
Meghan's projects, Harry's best-selling memoir, their Netflix specials, they all depend on their royal connection. Take that away, and they become just another pair of celebrities telling their version of the story. And in the competitive world of Hollywood, fame built on sympathy can fade fast. And this wouldn't be the first time. Back in 1917, during World War I, King George V used the Titles Deprivation Act to strip royal titles from relatives who supported Britain's enemies. If titles could be taken away back then for disloyalty, many argue they can be taken away now too. And more recently, Prince Andrew was stripped of his military titles and royal roles after his scandal involving Jeffrey Epstein. But how can someone speak badly about the royal family, earn money by using their royal image, and still be allowed to call a duke? Let's take a closer look. Harry's exit from royal life. Looking at history, we'll see something important. Parliament has always had the power to finish what the monarchy starts. And now, it seems that moment has arrived. The turning point, the quiet collapse. But this isn't just about Prince Harry stepping away from royal duties. It goes much deeper than that. It feels like someone is slowly and carefully cutting the last threads that connect him to the royal family. One by one, the links are being broken. Not long ago, people cheered for him.
To do some form of therapy or at least be able to talk more about.
He was seen as the modern, relatable prince, someone who brought a fresh face to the monarchy. But now, the cheering has stopped. The crowds have fallen silent. The warm support that once surrounded him has quietly disappeared. Behind the scenes, the laws are already in place. Parliament is calmly but steadily moving ahead. And the royal family? They're not stopping any of it. They've chosen silence. No public statements. No signs of protest. They are letting the system speak for them. This is no longer about family drama or personal hurt. It's about protecting the royal institution. Once upon a time, Prince Harry was called the People's Prince. Millions admired him. But now, he's known more for his TV shows, interviews, and podcast appearances than for any royal work. Even that public identity, his new role as a celebrity truth teller, is beginning to fade. If this new petition succeeds, he could lose his royal title for good. And without that title, what remains? Just a famous face with a famous last name, and a long history of public scandals. What's surprising is how it might all end, not with loud headlines or emotional speeches, but with something far less dramatic: quiet paperwork, formal meetings in old rooms, lawyers and officials calmly discussing the final steps, a vote in the House of Lords, where kings and queens once ruled. And just like that, the title might be gone. Along with it will go the royal status, the special treatment, the image of a prince. The royal fantasy, built over centuries, will vanish without a single bang. Prince Harry may soon face a hard truth. When you walk away from the throne, you can't take the crown with you. After everything, the explosive interviews, the best-selling memoir, the emotional documentaries, the public arguments, the lawsuits, it could all end not with noise, but with a quiet, firm decision from a very old institution. A door, centuries old, is slowly closing. And in a strange way, it feels like a kind of poetic justice. Harry didn't simply step back from the royal family. He challenged it, criticized it, mocked it, and tried to build a new life from its ashes. But now, the very system he turned his back on is responding in its own powerful way, with official judgment. They're taking away something he can never buy, rebuild, or recreate: his royal identity. Once the title is gone, he will no longer be a prince in the eyes of the crown. He won't be the heroic soldier or the brave truth teller. He'll simply be Harry, a man outside the royal circle, a famous name without a kingdom. He tried to become a global voice, a symbol of honesty and modern thinking. But in chasing that new role, he may have lost something even more precious: his place in history.
In celebrating the 125th anniversary of women's suffrage in your country.
Will Harry and Meghan ever be welcomed back into the royal family? Or will they always remain outsiders? Let's take a closer look. Royal Outcasts. It's been quite a few years now since Prince Harry and Meghan Markle made the bold and unexpected choice to step away from their official roles in the British royal family. Their decision shocked the world, and even today, the impact is still being felt both inside the palace and beyond. According to someone who knows what's going on behind closed doors, Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, are, in many ways, quietly being kept at a distance from the United Kingdom. Some even say it feels like they've been unofficially exiled, and sadly, it doesn't look like the royal family is ready to forgive them anytime soon. Recently, a person close to the royal household spoke to The Telegraph and revealed that Prince Harry doesn't seem interested in going back to his royal duties, despite ongoing rumors about a possible return. The insider said Harry still has fond memories of Britain and keeps in touch with some old friends there. But ever since he published his deeply personal memoir, Spare, and after he and Meghan released their eye-opening Netflix documentary, the rift between Harry and his family has only grown wider. He's thrown a lot of verbal spears at the royal family, the source explained, meaning that Harry's comments and criticisms weren't just aimed at the monarchy in general. They were very personal. He spoke openly about painful moments involving his brother Prince William, his sister-in-law Catherine, and even his father, King Charles. These very direct words hurt deeply and only made the separation between Harry and his family more painful and more permanent. There was a time, not that long ago, when Harry and William were extremely close. People admired their strong bond, and when Meghan and Catherine came into the picture, the four of them were even called the Fab Four. They were young, stylish, and seen as the bright future of the royal family. But now those days seem like a distant memory. Their once close relationship has turned cold and distant, and many royal experts believe that things may never go back to the way they were. Royal author and commentator Hugo Vickers recently told The Sun that if the two brothers ever do make peace, it won't be easy. It would take time, effort, and a lot of healing. "Let's hope it happens one day," he said, "but honestly, I don't think it will be anytime soon." He also pointed out that Prince William takes things to heart and tends to hold on to his feelings for a long time. That makes forgiveness even harder to come by. Meanwhile, far from the palace walls, Harry and Meghan have started a very different life in sunny California. They no longer follow the strict rules and routines of royal life. In many ways, they have found a new kind of freedom and privacy. But that freedom has come with some personal losses too. The insider shared that Harry now lives a much quieter, more private life. He's often seen riding his bike with security following in a black Range Rover and walking his dog along the beach, usually alone and away from the public eye. Meghan, on the other hand, seems to have adjusted more easily to their new life. She's become part of her local community, made friends, and even spends time with other well-known people in the area, like TV host. Still, many fans and neighbors are curious about the royal couple and wish they would show up more often. Even now, they remain a bit of a mystery. As Prince Harry nears his 40th birthday, it's clear that his life has changed in big ways. The days of wild parties and endless media attention are behind him. His world is now much quieter, more private, and perhaps a little lonely at times. He and Meghan seem content in their California home, enjoying the peace they've found. But even as they move forward, the past still lingers, like a long shadow that follows them wherever they go. Yeah, what do you think about the shocking move by the House of Lords to remove Harry of his royal titles? Let us know your opinion in the comments section. Don't forget to like and subscribe.